M7 diet. M7 diet. Hello everyone, I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman. That is the Joker face. This is the Fortress of Nerditude in all of its nerdy glory. You are watching Sussing It Out. You are watching the most recent chapter of Sussing It Out, Chapter 14, the M7 diet. This is something I've mentioned a few times here on the vlog, but I've never actually gone into really full detail on, my who, what, where, when, and why about it. First things first, what is the M7 diet? I have visual cues for you. M7 are the 7 food groups that make up the diet that was created by a friend of mine. His name is MSL. M standing for magnificent, 7 standing for the 7 foods that are involved. They are eggs, fruit, this case represented by dates, fish, so good old Starkiss, which is, of course, tuna. And that's all fish, not just tuna or anything like that. It can be all fish. We have almonds, which are nuts. So any nut, all nuts. Here we have some reduced sodium Great Northern beans. Beans are part of M7. Representing the fruit, all fruit. In this case are grapes, good old seedless beauties. And the last part of M7 is birds, poultry, chicken, turkey, things like that. So those are the M7 food groups. Now you've seen them, I've typed them out a million times, they now have all been represented. Okay, let's get to it. Why did I start this? Why am I doing this? What is the point of it? I've been on a number of diets throughout my years. My most successful one was actually a form of Weight Watchers, where I sort of went to the nth degree. I had hit 260 pounds after my first real girlfriend had dumped me, got depressed, ate lots of food, and was looking for a way to try and cut weight. I had started exercising a little bit, doing walks, runs, mild weight training, things like that, and I'd fallen from about 260 to about 230, 235, 240, which appears to be my walking around weight, I guess. Without much success thereafter, I just sort of hovered there. At one point, one of the guys I was living with at the time, who is now a personal trainer, he suggested that I start this Weight Watchers, and I really didn't think much of it. I just sort of assumed it was, whatever. But he showed me the formula for it, showed me how to keep track of my weight, how to keep track of my points, how to keep track of my weight loss, da-da-da-da-da, so on and so forth. And sure enough, it worked. Worked like a damn charm. I dropped from 230 down to 200 pounds almost within a month. I was exercising, as I mentioned, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. I'd wake up really early in the morning and run a mile, or 2 miles rather, and then I'd go work out at the gym, do some weight training at the gym, come home, run another mile, and have dinner. So I was working out a lot, lost a lot of weight, shrunk down, really got into great physical shape. Had the accident, broke my back, allowed that along with a really toxic relationship to be more than enough reason to start putting weight back on. Went all the way back up to about 240 very recently. In fact, I hit about 240, and that when I was sort of looking around and going, man, this isn't working. I need something. I need to figure something out. Unbeknownst to me, at the exact same time, my buddy M, who has really struggled with weight a lot more than I have in his life, finally got to the point where he, and these are his words, not mine, he just didn't know what to do anymore. He knew if he kept going, he was going to be dead soon, and he had to stop. He said, his exact quote, I believe, I'm going to try and remember it, I was tired of playing a game of basketball and then feeling like I was going to die every time I did, so I had to change. So he basically sat up one night and came up with a grouping of foods that he believed was the most efficient for the human body. You notice dairy isn't a part of it. You notice red meat isn't a part of it. Pork isn't a part of it. A lot of things that I do eat on a regular basis, did eat on a regular basis, are completely gone. And it is very restrictive. For the first couple of weeks, I basically just ate nothing but salads because of the 7 groups that made up the M7. Salad was by and large the thing that was always going to fit. You had to take out croutons, you had to take out bacon bits and things like that, but by and large, a salad by itself really got the job done. after a couple of weeks on it, and it really was a struggle the first 2 weeks. I think anyone who's going to start the M7 diet, and to preface this entire thing, I probably should have said this first. The reason why I'm really going into the M7 is I've had a number of friends email and text me about, hey, you keep mentioning this M7, you appear to be losing a lot of weight. I'm already down 20 pounds in 2 months. That's a big deal. How do I do it? So this is why I'm doing the vlog today. Once you start really getting into it, start seeing all the different elements that make up the M7. You can have eggs, but in the morning, if you want to have eggs and like beans or something like that, if you know how to throw together a meal, maybe make yourself an omelet, throw some veggies in there. Like what I do every morning is I usually make myself a little egg beater omelet with like mushrooms and broccoli and turkey bacon. Turkey bacon has become a staple of my life. I probably should get rid of it altogether because it's another pseudo-fatty food, but turkey is very lean. But I do like having bacon in the morning. I mean, my wife runs baconintheoven.wordpress.com. She's the world's most foremost baconologist. I need bacon in my life in some facet. This Saturday is Bacon Day. I forgot all about that. That's going to be a big deal where I finally get to have a cheat day off my M7. But anyway, once you really start getting into the inner workings of the M7 diet, you could find all these different little things that you can put into your meals. Tonight, for instance, we're going to be making chicken with, and I'm going to put it on a bok choy bed, or I may just go the full 9, throw it all into a big pot like we did a couple of weeks ago, throw some bok choy in there, some mushrooms, some seasoning, and just boom, nice big hearty soup that you can just drink and drink and drink and you'll be fine. Chili. 3-bean chili, or chili with chicken instead of chili with pork, or chili with beef. Chili is a fantastic M7 diet. You do want to be careful to make sure that your sauces and things like that aren't too sweet or aren't too fat. But when you're only getting your fattiness and your sugars and things like that from sauces and from dressings, and not from the actual things that you're eating, straight, you can be a little bit more lenient with yourself on how much soy sauce you want to put on sashimi or something like that. It's really up to you. The M7 diet is restrictive only in that it has to be the 7 food groups. I don't know why I have that pen. It has to be the 7 food groups. You can eat as much as you want, and it's encouraged. If you're hungry, eat, mange, come on. And that's because you are denying yourself so many other food items. Don't deny yourself food, period, because you'll never lose weight that way. In fact, eating more is a good way to reduce the amount of weight that you keep on you. I've also started a flaxseed regimen, a potassium regimen to help get all the salts out of my body. There is a little bit more sodium, I've noticed, with the M7 stuff, but again, that has a lot to do with sauces and seasonings, because there's only so many ways you can cook a chicken without having to deep fry it. And deep fried chicken, hey, go for it. Don't have it breaded, but if you want to have it fried, not deep fried, but if you want to have it fried, fine. But you're not going to see as much weight loss as if you just, eat straight chicken breast. Duh. So that's it. That's the M7 diet. I've given you the visual cues. I've given you a couple of mini, micro, weensy recipes that I use. I will tell you that it's not for everyone, and that a couple of weeks into it, I took my wife off it. She's already very lean to begin with, and this is a very lean program. But she's sort of taken a lot of cues from it and created her own sort of like, I'm just maintaining my weight kind of M7 thing. She feels that eating healthy isn't really a bad thing, and I think in the end, eating healthy is what we all really want. We all want to live forever, and we all want to eat happily and eat heartily and eat healthily, but maybe don't want to be so super restrictive. So these food groups that I'm eating, they're allowing me to really taste food again. I'm not eating bags of chips anymore, or I'm not eating chewy fruits and things like that. I'm eating real, honest food, and I think a lot of the food vloggers out there would probably tell me that I should have been eating real food all along, and real food does taste better. So, thank you for joining in on Sussing It Out, Chapter 14, the M7 Diet. Obviously, I took yesterday off, may take tomorrow off, we'll see how it goes. We've got a big day coming up on Saturday, that is Saturday the 31st, it is Bacon Day. Expect a lot of updates on Bacon Day, or one big one, I'm really not sure, but it's going to be fun. I get to finally cheat the diet for the first time in 2 months. and I get to do it in the best way possible by celebrating the best food that I'm no longer allowed to eat on a regular basis. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. I'll talk to you guys real soon.